Alright people, today we're checking out the instant classic, the modern standard, that is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. You're going to hear everyone playing this song, so it's a must-know song, and I'm going to show you 5 levels on how to play it from easy to advanced. So here we go, check this out. Now, the simplest way to play it, and kind of like a really appropriate way to play it, is with just power chords, because it's got this driving kind of feel that's really nice. So we can start just like that, okay? So we're going to find the first chord on the 3rd fret. Next chord on the 6th fret. Then we're going to move over here to the E string on the 4th fret. And then to the 3rd. So it's just C, E flat, A flat, G. And you can kind of match that rhythm that you hear in the record and kind of go something like this. Alright, so simple enough, right? So the next level would be to take those power chords and make them full chords, you might say, or maybe like triads, right? Add that major and minor element to it. So we take that first chord and we're going to make it a C minor chord. Take the next chord, E flat major, then A flat major. And now for this next chord, what actually happens in the record is it's not just a G chord the whole time. It's actually a G sus4 and then a G. And we can do it just like that. I can make my G chord like this, and when I'm using these 2 fingers, I'm actually muting the A string. I could do it like that, but I don't know. You don't have to. Or actually more so if you're gonna have that sus in there. Yeah, you want to do it like that. So that's our sus note right there, and then normal. So it might sound something like this now. Alright, beautiful. Okay, so the next level is just adding more and more to that harmony, okay? So we're going to take those triads and make them 7th chords now. Now, this doesn't work with every song and every chord where you could just take the chord and make it a 7th chord. Sometimes it's more appropriate to keep it that triad or whatever it is. But in this case, it works beautifully, alright? So instead of a C minor, we could do C minor 7, and then E flat major 7, A flat major 7. And we're going to do it like this. We're going to go G7 sus4, and then G7. Right, and I could actually keep my G7 shape and just do my G, or add my sus right there at the pinky. So it actually changes in the 2nd and 3rd verse, and that's one of the beautiful things about this song. So at the beginning of the 2nd verse, it doesn't do C minor, it actually does C major 7. And we can just play a nice open C major 7 chord just like that. And then the chord progression, it kind of inverts in a way. So it goes from C major 7 to A flat major 7 to E flat and then to that G. And then it continues on back to the original chord progression that we know. And that's just such a beautiful thing, and I love it. It sounds so cool. It's so unique, and it's really characteristic for the song. So you got to watch out for that. And if you want to see all these chords nicely charted out, check out my Nasty Soul R&B songbook. I actually charted out 45 of the must-know R&B songs, and just everything that you're going to encounter in a jam session or any type of gig that's R&B related, or even just like a pop gig. You're probably going to encounter a number of these tunes, and they're great tunes to jam to and learn from, and use these ideas and work out these ideas with. So definitely check out the Nasty Soul R&B songbook and my Patreon page. All right, so let's check out this next level. Basically, we take those same chords, and now we start to add our little embellishments, any of those R&B moves that we already know that can work with the chord, and we don't have to think crazy. We just have to think what works with this chord shape, right? With this C minor shape, I could do hammer-ons on the top 2 strings, the E and the B string. And then same thing on the E flat major 7 shape. And then with this A flat major 7 shape, there's not really much you could do with it, but maybe I could change the voicing and pick out some things. So I can move it up here, and this is my A flat major 7 shape right there as well. And I can hammer on the G and the B string. And think kind of like a Hendrixy type style. Beautiful. And finally, our last level is adding fills. Maybe we could think of them as like chord fills and stuff like that. And one of the most important parts to know about this is you want to place the fills in spaces, right? You want to fill in the space. So number one thing to listen for is the vocals, right? We want to hear the vocals and put in little fills in those spaces, right? At the end of a phrase, maybe at the end of the verse or something like that. So here's a couple of fills that I like to do for this song, okay? So we can do a really, really easy one that leads us into that E flat major 7. So I can go, and I hammer in to that E flat 2, like that. You know, it doesn't have to be crazy, just something nice and tasteful like that. But then we can get a little bit crazier and add a little bit more, like I like to do for this E flat major 7. So we've got this shape, and I'm going to build into this fill. I'm going to go just like that. So I find that space when he's not singing, and I can throw it in there, and it's going to sound really, really sweet. I also like to do a fill on that G7 that just leads us into that C minor 7. That'll sound really nice. So if we have the, you know, the sus and then the 7, really, really simple. We go like this. And I want to still hold the chord so I could hear that harmony. Yeah. Just simple like that. It's all about simplicity but tastefulness that builds us into that next chord and has just this nice comfortable movement. And finally, my last little fill is going to be a little bit crazier. We could do this over the E flat major 7 as well. And it's a very, very kind of neo soul idea. So we do something like this. Just like that. Is that what it is? There it is, yeah. So we got these shapes. We just want to find those shapes, and they always work great around these major 7 chords. So we always want to connect that. We start right here, barring that 10th fret, barring that 8th fret, and then right back to our main shape right there. So now I'm going to do a playthrough of the whole song, but I'm actually going to play through this awesome live version that he did with the live at Daryl's house version, if you're familiar with any of that stuff. If not, definitely check it out. It's very cool. But he does a cool version of it, so I'm going to play through it, show you how I approach these ideas into the song. And if you want to have the full tabbed out versions of all these ideas that I have, especially the full tab for this entire playthrough, check it out on Patreon. Appreciate the support. And also, along with that, you'll get the R&B Nasty Soul Songbook, all the 45 tunes to just learn them, get down with them, and be a better player. So check out this playthrough. Man, that's all I got. Keep jamming and stay nasty.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your wishes have an echo, so much space. Ooh, when you're there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But I wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Now who do you think you are? Ha ha, that's your soul. You really think you're in control? Oh, well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I was little, ever since I was little, little like